every Tuesday right here on ZTN. My name is Howard Musonza and Jasignal is here. Time. So yeah, we'll talk to Jasignal later on. But you can follow us on our social media handles. On Facebook, we are Zimpapers TV Network. On YouTube, we are simply ZTN. On Twitter, we are at The Couch ZW and at ZTN News. And our website is ztn.co.zw. And guess what? The Couch Squad is right here as well. Momo and Makomborero Mtimkul. I think we need to change from the Couch Squad. Both Nanzwa. See, you welcome to the couch. Song, gospel tip, let's talk about the EP. And so far, how is it been doing?
So that music I say
but my past sangachibuda kuma backing vocalist ones.
I was so far isusu tatamba bora one. But sigiri ndo akufana kuchipatsirwa bora vanyatso tambo naro vari kwavari. Yes.
But otherwise things have been good.
Everything bolato. Imba zvedu tobatanzwa kusununguka.
Especially Tiripa Couch. Transforming men into gentlemen. You're watching The Couch on ZTN. Please stay with us. Of star players that have left the country's prey involved. But before we go deep into that, we look at other trending football stories. Well, first up, let's talk the UEFA Champions, the first leg of the semi-final, and is a very much Tuchel coached an injury. I watched it.
You talk to guys who played football in a paper way. Hazard, you watch the game maybe from the bench, but the to win measures. Madrid A game. This is the big one.
Besides the issue that you never played in the game.
No.
You didn't play of the campaign. How do you see this one?
I would say Howard, because since the new coach came in that much and Real Madrid has not been playing well. Hazard, I don't think is the guy you could talk about at Real.
What, you want to talk about?
I think Chelsea will be in trouble. But I would say I would go with a draw for this match.
The supporter team in Engage going.
All right, Sarah, it's deep into our topic and just look at the players that we were talking back to Jasignal to just take us through. You're watching The Couch on Zimpapers TV Network. Well, today we are issues. So now let's themselves in foreign leagues.
Now, discuss with fellow members of the public on why this is so and why are Zimbabwean players coming back from foreign leagues.
When the problem, age cheating, and also from midfield, play your position. But here, achitamba murufaro.
Games are not tamba munomu. My games are not tamba kunze ndono achichinja. Ana kona ngoshika. Because munomu ma games are 2 seasons. Akutodzoka anenge atopera. Ufichichera akazodzoka kuno kuti akana
season. Nechimwe chiri kuwakwadza. We've got my players mamwe akaenda kuna inenge ingoriwo sabotage. Ngongonza kuti position yake ine munhu but havasi kumbomuti
has stated in regards to this matter. Could it be racism or could it be
to the Couch Squad? John Godza is back in the country from Zambia and his joint boy make it in South Africa, but has now established himself in. So we are saying, what are the factors behind? He joined Maritzburg, played a couple of matches. Yeah. We don't know what happened to Clive Augusto. Yeah. He's in the lower divisions in South Africa. Yeah. In Tanzania, registered for the CAF Champions.
Are not good enough. Maybe talent-wise they have the talent, but I doubt their software. I don't think if they get out of their comfort zone. Long before these guys, there was a came back home. He said he was lonely. He said, I spent my day in the flats, go to training, come back and sleep. And he came back and played in South Africa. That's the mentality that we have. Where our players, when the going gets tough, they'd say home is best. I think last Jesse said, if I go back to FC Platinum, I get the US dollars as well. I get to live my own life. And he came back.
How do you feel? You played the game. during your heyday and now, yes, you are just watching what's happening. But this is a worrying trend. You know, we think our players have made it. going outside probably to get a bit of, the US dollars that he was talking about. And boom, without you even knowing, they are back.
I think I would be worried about those players that would come back from maybe well-paying leagues like South Africa, from Zambia. So what? From Tanzania, so what? It's just another movement. I don't look at that as going up and down. It's just another movement.
You're getting 2,000. You come back to get what?
300.
300?
There are too many factors. Okay, I'll give you a good example of Clive Agosto. You can't say Clive Agosto is not a good player. Why? Because when he was here, he was banging the goals. You don't lose. You don't just become a big player overnight. So what then happened is when he went to South Africa, he wasn't playing his right position. 1, 2, the coach didn't trust him. You just get him here and then. It creeps into you to say, am I really that good?
Just
good?
Hold on.
You end up not being.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Look.
More, you played as a striker.
Yes.
You get a chance to go to play in South Africa. Let's say you go and play for Sundowns. And you are played as a white player. And you don't perform, and you give an excuse that I was being played off position.
Right. Howard, unfortunately, you never played football at the highest level. Both of you.
No, that is a joke. Now you're joking.
You know
this one is full of
you only
joking.
know the Marco Gold tournament at Reuton.
That's football. And we are playing with you.
Let me help you, Howard. Number 9 and playing out wide, it's 2 different things. You cannot. If I go and play out wide, I cannot go up and down. I will not last. I will not be able to do. I cannot be going up and down and still score goals. Number 9, you're just waiting up there, holding up, creating spaces, getting into the box and scoring.
But look,
and for you to be, and you end up not scoring.
You won't be good enough.
More. And you're supposed to be where?
You're signed.
Yes.
They sign you. It's not right.
Let me tell you something. I don't agree to the topic of today. I don't think there are Zimbabwean players that are going in. Anyone else going in Africa?
So, okay.
There's nothing special about any other league in Africa.
All right. This is interesting. So these guys think they are going for greener pastures. I don't know your take. Iwewe as a musician.
But as for me, as nobatsira. Inini ndikaenda kunzouka kuti ndikawana mukane midzi dzavo kunoku kana vari uko vachingositicha
nzanditi wobva wasvika ipapo
uchitambira mari
that's the truth ivo unambotamba bhora please
bata mukoma panyaya yekuti chinofadza mutambi webhora ka kutamba bhora ndi umwe unogona kuzotofadzwa nehomwe andika but kana uri munhu nekeriya yako ikoko ndikakanganwa ndiri kufanira kusenza kuti patafura pangu paite chifood.
That's about your latest offering. Yeah. And you release music, you also release a video. How is it like with the 4 songs that you did?
Masonga ngumanywana Sundays my videos angachibuda but so far
I don't want to put you on a corner or in a corner. My artist. In terms of my videos, will benefit how? How are you benefiting?
My videos why? But ndo mune ma challenges manje kuti especially Zim dance yadi kwa but yakuziva kuti munhu ari kutora sei ari kupoketa wezi zvinotora time and there's not a need of kuti kushandisa brain.
You guys going back muchinoita the same thing.
Yeah, no chinoitika pa Zim dance of tika Zim dance kune Zim dance ukoona indi chigadziro zvangu zvandenchitochi ndeka wababata
anoda babata ndapabati chapadzoka futi
jasiki now
ungava uchifarira nyangwe dzekuchoma ndirindeka nekuti ndirindeka liwa ndirindeka ndinosya ndirindeka sawira ndirindeka ndinosya ndirindeka ndirindeka ndinotya, ndirindeka ndinotya. Iwe nyatsotamba kumashura unopfeka pamba, chinimbisi matola kukanda, Chief J vauya vainepe, my day kwewe unode, zvinhu zvauinazo zunza ndokupe. Tenderedza chiuno, tenderedza chitamba zinyoronyoro, chitamba zinyoronyoro, tamba zinyoronyoro, chitamba zinyoronyoro, yeah, chitamba zinyoronyoro, chitamba zinyoronyoro, tamba zinyoronyoro, chitamba zinyoronyoro. Nekuti ndirindeka ndinotya, haka haka uya utambe neni vetaliwe, ndirindeka ndinotya, ndirindeka ndinotya, ndirindeka ndinotya, ndirindeka ndinotya, pakutamba ndisikudalena, ndirindeka ndinotya, ndirindeka ndinotya, pakutamba ndisikudalena, ungatinyadzisa kuna mofeni. Tenderedza chiuno chako kana uchiziva tunhu twako, tom wotokwidza matomu, ganji wototenderedza toni.
Outaswa family.
Ndirindeka ndinotya.
But for the culture and this kuchka.
Chitambasi, iwewe chitambasi nyoronyoro, zinyoronyoro, tambasi nyoronyoro, chitambasi nyoronyoro. Chirarira, inini ndindarira, chirarira, inini ndindarira, nekuti ndirindeka ndinotya, ndinotya, ndirindeka ndinotya.
You're watching The Couch on Zim Papers TV Network. Well, today we are discussing and let's just talk about what's happening right there in the world of football. The discussion that we're just having, just briefly, we were talking about, you know, a white player and a striker, and I'm glad Tinoka.
Do you think Tino Kadewere is a number 9?
A football player.
So it becomes different.
You know,
like you take Benzema or Falcao or put them on the white.
No, that
they,
right
they can't play.
That right.
Can play anywhere.
Okay.
Because Kubasa.
Not because Kubasa. Because
we'll come back.
there are players who are suited for that.
Emotional.
I'm becoming emotional because you guys don't know.
Take it
Come
easy.
on.
No.
All right, we'll come back to this. So over the past years, a big number of players that have gone out and returned back to the country were those that joined here, John Godzo. And the reasons for these players coming back could be different. We spoke to
contracts for Zimbabwean players that crossed that don't belong to my stable. But it must be known that I can only comment on 4 players that I took to Masuku and Tatenda Mukurwa. To a Premier League club in America. Patson Jaure, Patson Jaure's contract was terminated because of disciplinary issues. And it's on record, Patson Jaure's contract was terminated on disciplinary issues. Masuku's contract through game time. Those are the facts.
It took 4 players to build Con, and he's also opened avenues in Tanzania. We just need to correct 1 or 2 things from Wadka. He's not playing there. He's actually playing in the 3rd.
That's not correct. Devon, we had him on the show the other day, and the disciplinary side is me asking for my money. Why should we agree that it was disciplinary? Devon said no.
Go out. Yes, Mukuruva, he was sold to another club far away in the United States. But those other players, they came back. The issue that's worrying us right now is the rate at which the players are coming back.
Yeah, look, you go to South Africa and you get pictured at the mall. You start feeling like you've arrived. We've got issues. He's scoring more with the yellow bones than on the pitch. That shows
software challenges. They also did that deal for last jersey. And they what, 2 year? 2-year contract.
2-year contract.
And barely, 7 was man of the match. What happened?
I think we would then need to get more information. When last went there, do you remember that the first match he actually scored? On the first match.
Okay, in fact,
and then you know,
before you continue, let's
medium. For the record, last Jesse man of the match in 3/4 of the games that Hilal played. Best players that were with Hilal Football Club from Congo has been taken over by new owners. They have recruited the most former Chelsea fortunes of the club. So the new owners players, and they are getting players from Portugal, from Argentina, from Brazil, and from France, and best players. But one thing that I have to be very honest on last Jesse, and people must watch this space.
Intermediary George Deda says last is joining one of the
whatever he says, he calls it that his player. I think still saying tough luck of the CAF Champions League. And the guy said he was the best in a class of dimwits.
Yeah.
They expect you to do twice as much for. He resets one of the biggest clubs in Africa.
Yeah.
I just...
Because in Africa, we're only talking about success.
I believe it's correct. Because...
Data for the last time, because now he's talking about one of the success stories that has happened, you know, with players. So let's hear what Data says about this.
Prince, just like any other player that I've taken to Tanzania, the journey was started by Bruce Kangwa, player that I've taken to Tanzania. The journey was started by Bruce Kangwa, and he has done very well. Prince is a gifted young boy, and improve on his game. And to the point that everybody in East Africa is talking about him. He's now leading the goal scoring.
Very successful story in Tanzania. But there's also another success. Go according to plan, but he had settled well. Then he moved to Nkana. Let's hear.
In the week. So I end up changing my mind that if I want to make it, I should. So if you don't work, you don't achieve what.
Took from there. In Zambia, people work. They work. They work.
Yeah, but Takuzwa has always been hardworking.
But he says you're surprised by
that. They will tell you that he's one hardworking young man. Hard work, he's also very talented. Back from Buildcon. The guys are coming from one team. 5, 6, 7 Zimbabweans coming. One team. And you still believe there is something wrong with the Zimbabweans only. Even Takuzwa left Buildcon. Why? Why Buildcon? Okay. These guys are talented, but there's something wrong with that team.
All right. And just take us through the creative process. What happens? Then how do you even come up with a song in such cases?
Zvinoitika pamasongs aya ndakati nguva yekunyora hatina nguva yekunyora masongs mai vanodonhedza musika. What happened is takapinda stage rhythm tese achidonhedza musika onchidedzerawo jasignal asi muno mupfupi vanoona kuti no ambona German iyi nyaya ndo isingatonhedzi handime makataura nezvamai vanodonhedza musika saka regai ndezokubvunzai mukandipa makati then pane imwe na Soldier Love ndakaita song yandakafunga ndoti ndikaita song yandafunga mabada ndikamboisa someone hana kurwa zvandaida Simplex ndamunzwisa song atatsa kamvanongu chi tichifamba toirwa chari mvanongu ichi kechi ngatigare tatase tachifambira ngatirwe chiraundi todzoka kwavanoshandira takanzwa vachiti pondo pakufamba vaona mai ndobva yazobuda song ipapo ndobva azopedza ndomubudiro anoita masongs then Uncle Patani patakaimba song yazita rino ini ndambotishandei pano ndokonongosimbiswawo chi maselo angu semunhu ari kushanda namaselo waitiwo something wona tutori mustudio ndagaya ndikati but mukoma nayo ndofanira kumitisa song iti ndova patapinda namaselo chichichi ndomubudiro anoita masongs.
The tour that you did, you went even to States And pamunoimbira vanhu vaya vaipo yes vanhu vanenge varipo but
but ndo vane mayes acho wane baba chitonakirwa so chilazi so but nobuda wakanaka.
Right, isusu hedu tiri vanhu vashoma pana but kune vamwe vakawanda vari kuona chimbovarovera.
Asi ndiri kufunga kwamuri ikoko muchindiona ndati ndiya nokudai saka bati ndotitira.
You're watching The Couch on ZTN, and today we are discussing that go to Europe and then come back. Names that quickly come to mind include in Belgium to give us his views. Cephas, maybe first up, how difficult is it to settle in Europe?
We have to be prepared to be playing in the same system. An example of myself, when I went to Belgium, I never played a left back, never. It was direct all time. I was in midfield, and I managed to. Is just a guy from Zimbabwe, so I had to do extra mile to show how they are almost questioning each and every move you go that extra mile. For me, that's what the biggest difference is. I can also, or even as a midfielder, and at that moment that was the first time I think he was his way, and look, he has been successful now.
Thank you very much, Cephas. Issues that he's also talking. He got there. He was told that the player that is playing, we can't move him. We need to move you. Yeah. Isn't this
the same issue? You've come to a place where you need them more than they need you. You play where the coach wants.
Adapt.
Because you are here. In a way you say, I score goals, maybe later. Where you bounce off ideas. You know, when I was in Egypt, Tino said to me, hey, Marco pa couch baby, I dress well, what to before he came to talk to me. Now you've got players who go to South Africa, they go there to play with them. They don't cancel him to say, look, cost structure.
Because, you know, you take a player.
Europe, you'll be starting from the professionalism it's all different. But I wanted to come to issue here Agosto, because specifically Agosto. You don't want me to talk about it?
Yes,
it's not fair. Tino, you can't compare kind of look at the beauty of Agosto. Marshall, so wait. Take Marshall beauty of the player. Look at the beauty of the player. It counts into everything. Coach comes and says, I think you can play in midfield. I think you can play.
Well, let's go on now to H Metro Deputy Editor Charles Impact once they are shipped out.
Quickly is the lack of preparation on the part of the clubs that are snapping them up. Because if these clubs consistency, they will also see that. You'll find most players that have a good spell snapped up by foreign clubs. And at the end of the day, it's about foreign clubs' lack of ability. Before they know it, they discovered they've signed a flop.
Yeah, but
consistency that I was talking about. You find Prince Dube, a prince at Highlanders, as he is a prince. The likes of Tino Kadewere, they've learned them from the basics of football. So you never find a player like Tino Kadewere without assessing their history. And that can actually homework. They can get quality players from Zimbabwe.
Well, Charles Mushinga is the deputy editor at the H Metro. Thanks a lot, Charles. There, so he's talking about, and you know, Prince Dube, the roads they travel.
For some of the things that you say, learned what he learned, and when he got another chance in the,
but he's big.
He's not as big as Agosto, and he's not an out and out striker. He's not a number 9. But when these guys pass over.
Some of the academies, when you pass through the sipping on some juice, and they never played Division 2. And he wants to prepare my son to go and play in Europe.
And what?
I don't want to believe that. I've been to many academies and
I'm making a living.
Eastleigh Soccer Academies.
They've got dietitian. No, we're talking about a proper academy. You said you've been to academies. We're talking about proper.
You said
I have gone to a proper academy.
Alone.
Guys,
who else was
these guys are doing?
No, they are making money.
No, they are not making money. They are bringing up.
We have to cut it short. I know we could go on and on. Special show. Yeah, it's going to be big. Our close the 4th of May. And there's something special that we're talking about. We'll be giving away a 4 May t-shirt. And they get yourself. It's a pleasure, guys.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Jasik now. But we are failing to nurture talent.
akazhinji kacho vabereki vanenge vasingatombonakirwi nekuti unge uchirova mangoma Robert.
Ivo vabereki vari kuti chii nemangoma?
No, vakazotozvitambira maybe after makore mangano, after 4-5 years ndichitanga mangoma chidzoka usiku uri kunokera mudhara ndivhurirewo dho ndaitosvika haukwanisi kuramba but ndaingoshingira ichitsvagirwa graft ramuda nditsvagira kana asingandipe nguva yekuenda kustudio inini hangu handirikwanisi tikanoimbira vanhu ipapo yanga iri Christmas tikapiwa almost $200 tikashiyana netimu enda kuona ndipo vakatanga kuvhurika brain kuti ndakungorwa mangoma angu chingodaro kudzamara ndangwavi kapinda tonazi
but zvinonzi music umu
inyaya yekomana yebhora zvinenge ndimo museko macho matotambira imomo waiziya nekuti kuona manzi kana madzimai zvinowirirana zvisingaiti saka iwe zvinoda iwe munhu brain dzako mentality yako munhu wega ngozvichengeta wega pese pawafa advantage waibata nekuti ukadzimara watofani rako watamba nefani rako watsotsa fani rako waiziya harisisiri fani rako rato neimwe brain about you waibata.
So ungotaura about your new offering. So music yako toiwana kupi?
iTunes chichana Spotify. Se music yangu.
And kana ma fans vachida kukubata pa
sinokwanisa kubatsira.
Mubato wacho unonzi chi?
Jazz Signal.
It's always a pleasure to have you on the couch.
Thank you so much.